We thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm really glad you tuned in today because right now we're gonna get you motivated to cook this weekend. Here to help us cook up something tasty for those breakfast lovers is Executive Chef Ron Mays from the Westin. Thanks for being with us, Chef.
Good morning, my pleasure.
So we are making a breakfast risotto. I have never heard of that.
Yes, ma'am.
So should I get to toasting?
Yes. So we'll start with the dry ingredients.
What is this?
That's red quinoa.
Red quinoa. Okay, and when you thought of this menu item, do you want me to pour all of it?
No, just maybe a quarter of that there. That's
okay.
plenty.
And when you were thinking of breakfast items, what made you come up with this recipe?
Just an alternative to oatmeal. It's very hearty, and also sticking with the Italian theme.
Okay.
For Zocca. We have risottos on the menu, and the risotto is basically the cooking method and the finished dish.
Okay.
So we're gonna cook the grains in that method.
So far I put in the quinoa. What is that?
That's the farro.
Farro, and then that's steel cut
oats.
And what is this?
Barley.
Barley,
and all these ingredients take about an hour.
An hour. So someone at home would need to toast these the way we're doing it right now?
Very similar to what you would with arborio rice for risotto.
So you were saying to me, I was like, hey, are we putting oil in here? And you said no, because it needs to be a dry toast, right?
Correct.
Okay, what does that, gives it a better flavor?
It just kind of toasts the, yes, basically better flavor.
Okay, well, we love better flavor for sure. And when you think of risotto, you think of like cheese and like an Italian dinner, but I like that you're doing a different take because I love oatmeal, it's such a classic.
To substitute for cheese, we have, we can use bananas. Instead of cream, we have almond milk. Instead of wine, any typical juice. So we have apple juice for today.
So you could do that at home. You're saying if you didn't want to use wine, you could use apple juice?
Correct.
But you prefer wine when it is a dinner risotto?
Correct.
Okay, because the breakfast, that's for later, right? It's not 5 o'clock yet. But okay, so we're toasting this up, and what's the next step?
And next we'll add some nuts. These are pepitas, or pumpkin seeds.
Love it.
And keep it going. We've got a little bit of spice, so poppy seeds, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, get those aromatics going. And we can actually go ahead and start. So let's pretend this is nice and toasted.
That is amazing, okay.
And then you can do the wine or the apple juice.
Le wine, do you want me to put this whole thing?
A little bit at a time. So risotto, you just add a little bit of liquid at a time. Let it cook down and absorb. So you'd work the pan and you can add a little more to coat.
When, like, maybe, how would you know you put too much? It's like just over seeping the seeds and stuff, or?
That's plenty. So as it's basically the opposite, what you would identify as if you've not put enough in. So if it starts to get too thick and starts to stick, you just keep adding a little bit at a time. It's a process.
Okay, that's a really good tip. So tell me what else is going on at the Westin. I know you guys have Santa there a lot. What's going on?
We're going to have breakfast with Santa December 17th. We've got the relaunch of Zocca. That's pending in January sometime.
Okay.
We got a lot of things going on.
Oh, that must be
right there on the Riverwalk.
Because I was just going to say, you guys have that wonderful view in the heart of the Riverwalk. So congratulations to you. And you are putting some
they're basically poached fruits. We got cranberries, apricots, blueberries.
Can you do regular dried fruits?
You can do whatever you like.
That's what I love about cooking, right? You could just add whatever. I love apples. This is such a holiday smell. I wish everyone, I always tell people we need smell-o-vision. When is it gonna be created? Yeah, because if people could smell this, they'd be very motivated to cook.
And then we can turn the heat up and add a little bit more liquid there.
More liquid of the wine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The wine.
Okay, the wine, which is delicious. And when do I put the cream in?
Towards the end, once it gets absorbed, it would go in. And again, this takes an hour, so we're going to kind of speed up this process somehow, magically with cameras.
Exactly. Well, Chef, how can people get in touch with you guys and, get maybe more information on this delicious food and what you guys have to offer at the Westin?
We have a website. It's WestinRiverwalk.com, I believe, somewhere around there.
There you go.
And then we have a lot of links to the restaurants, upcoming events, whatever you want to find. There's email addresses to reach out to us.
Great, and you're ready to cook?
We're ready to cook.
Well, okay, you're a chef. I gotta know, what is your favorite holiday meal?
I'm gonna have to go with this.
Really?
Yeah, this is something that's easy to make at home. It's hearty, it's healthy. Traditional foods are very filling, but can't get any more.
You're kind of tall. You kind of need some fuel for yourself. Well, thank you for being with us today.